I'm on a recording on a Zoom call.
Okay, I'm gonna mute everybody just so I can hop on. And then, as you guys know, if you don't know how to unmute yourself and you're on your phone, if you tap the screen, you can hit mute and it'll unmute you. Or if you're on your computer, if you hover over the screen, you can look in your bottom left-hand corner and it'll have the mute in the start video. So just want to give you a heads up. Okay, so good to meet you guys. I'm Kylie. I am a physical therapist and I'm a boy mom of 3, and I have my littlest here. This is my 4-month-old Archer. And my other ones are almost 3 and 4, and they may make an appearance and they may not be fully clothed, but they at least have things covered that need to be covered. So, welcome to Plexus, guys. I am super excited for you guys to be here. And honestly, I really can't say it enough. Like, this is really just the beginning of something awesome for you guys. I remember when I first started, that I had no idea what to expect. I was really hopeful that my products would do as I had hoped they would, which was really like, initially, I just didn't know anything about gut health. So I'm like, okay, lose baby weight. That's a good idea. And honestly, it was the biggest blessing for me, because it not only did that, it helped me improve my brain fog. Like, my brain fog was gone. I struggled with painful cycles. I didn't even realize I had started the first time I had my cycle on Plexus because I didn't have any pain. I was able to sleep through the night and wake up every 2 hours to feed my middle child. And that was life-changing for me. I was actually able to be present as a mom, for my kids, and as a wife for my husband, and present for my patients. And that was huge. And so my mental clarity was on point. My cravings were down. I was losing weight, which weight loss, I will tell you in a minute more about it. But if that's the primary thing that you're here for, I will tell you, your body will balance a lot of other things first. And that's how it should be. That's really how it should be. And so, so that being said, I wanted to just kind of tell you a little bit about Plexus. Like, if you've never heard of Plexus before, or you may have, and you may have heard of certain things about Plexus. Everyone kind of knows the pink drink, but they have no idea what it means. They just think it's a weight loss fad or a weight loss drink, those kinds of things. But really, even before the pink drink was created, Plexus as a whole, their very first product was actually a breast check kit. And it was for breast cancer patients and to help with self checks. And it looks kind of like the sticky pads for prom dresses. But what it does is it increases sensitivity in your fingers so that you can actually do self checks, which is so important. Breast cancer runs deep in my family, and it's something I'm super passionate about. So knowing that this is a company that backs that was really amazing for me, and something I could stand behind. They also donate to a breast cancer fund that's there. I know that they have a connection in Arizona there because they're based out of Scottsdale. And the first retreat I ever went to, they donated $10,000. And usually in October, they'll do like a buy one, get one, or a buy one, donate one for the breast check kit for people that need it. And the very second product was actually the breast cream. It was renamed body cream because not only women get breast cancer, and it's kind of not manly to walk around with breast cream. And so, but it's the exact same thing. And it was actually created for radiation burns, believe it or not. And so it's great for sunburns. It's great for hives. It's great for any skin issues, like psoriasis, that kind of stuff. And it's helped out with a lot. And so it's called body cream. But then Plexus was like, well, what else can we help with? And they partnered with an endocrinologist, and he was the one that actually created the pink drink. And the whole goal of the pink drink was really to balance blood sugars for diabetics. That's really where the main product line came from. And so for that being said, that's why they kind of found that when they balanced blood sugars, It was helping with weight loss because diabetics are typically overweight, not always, but they are usually. But when you balance blood sugars, insulin is that master hormone. It covers everything else. It covers our sex hormones, it covers sleep, mood, immune systems. Those are 70% of the body's immune system is harvested in the gut. 80% of the body's serotonin, which is our happy mood, is in the gut as well. And same thing with our melatonin, it's 90% in our gut. So poor sleep, poor energy, not feeling great, having poor mood, stressed beyond, I mean, who in their right mind isn't stressed right now with the last 2 years of pandemic? Like everybody needs Battle Biome. That's my spiel for that. But yeah, so that's something to be aware of, is that really when you balance your gut, you balance a lot of other things. But the nice thing is that even people that are extra skinny, that eat like a horse and can't gain a pound, they can take slim too. My kids can take slim. And so it's kind of a misnomer. It was just a marketing tool. And most people in this country need to lose weight, let's be honest, because of our amazing diets and fast foods and all those things, all the fillers. And so we're kind of known for the weight loss piece, but you can gain healthy weight if you're underweight. And Brittany, that's on here, her sister's little boy has type 1 diabetes, and it's helped balance his blood sugars. So it's way more than a weight loss. And it's definitely not a quick fix. So speaking of quick fix, this is, if you're looking to change things completely overnight, this is not the place to be. Go ahead and ask for the refund. But the reason I'll tell you that is that it takes 90 days to regenerate cells. And I hope you can hear me with my little babbler. Can you hear me okay? Okay. He's just excited too. Hi, Brinley girl. And so it takes 90 days to regenerate cells. So I will tell you, the biggest thing about this is that if you're going to be consistent, like if you're going to really go for your goals, you really need to be consistent. And I will tell you that my cousin is a prime example, who's not on here yet, and probably won't be on because of service in Alaska, but she was consistent. She was inconsistent for about a year and literally started consistently in January, and her health has drastically changed. And so that is something that's important to know, is when you are consistent, your body, it's just like planting a garden. You weed seed and feed the garden. You don't just randomly go feed it. You are consistent with planting the seeds, actually filling them with good nutrients, weeding out the garden, and getting rid of everything. And so I will tell you, like, that's kind of the easiest way is, most of you guys are on the triplex. Some start with that like on month 2, but most people start with that like day 1. And what that is that's the combination of your pink drink, the ProBio 5, and the BioCleanse. And so BioCleanse is kind of iffy on if you have like IBS, diarrhea, and those kinds of things, just because you're already going a lot. And so they hear the word magnesium or cleanse and they're going, no. And so, but that's okay. And so the idea though is ProBio 5 really gets in there. It has an antifungal in it. That's why it works. That's why it's way more powerful than you could find one in Sam's Club or Costco that has billions of CFUs over that. And let me just tell you, go back to the quality over quantity. It's hands down the reason why it works. It is also the right strands of the probiotics, and it also has the antifungal. Good luck finding one of those on the market that's besides ProBio 5. I have yet to find one. And so what it does is it kills off all the bad toxins in your body, and it puts in the good gut bacteria. Like most probiotics, they just put in good gut bacteria, but they don't actually like get rid of the bad bacteria. That's kind of the problem, is it causes that yeast overgrowth. And so when you have that, inflammation responses is our body's way of telling us there's something going on. And so even though we may feel or look healthy, when you know that allergies are an inflammation response, that is a sign that something's off in your gut. And so it can be something that seems minimal, but it's really not. It's if you have to take anything really, um, there's probably an imbalance there, but we've all had toxins in the soil, right? The nutrient depletion in the soil, regardless of whether it's organic or not. And I could go on a full soapbox there. My cousin does truly organic. He replaces the trace minerals in the soil in Idaho. And so even if it's organic, it still has the fertilizers that were in the soil from like World War II. And so it's kind of the big thing there. And so there's the running idea that, you know, if our great grandparents had a banana, they'd have way more nutritional value than what we have now. And so there's just a lot more depletion there. So that being said, we have that. We have all had antibiotics at one point in time or another. If you've had any surgeries wreck your body. It doesn't matter what the surgery was for. It's like an invasive response to your body, and it has to try and figure out what's going on. And most people don't go into a surgery not being stressed either. So there we go again with the gut health. So that's kind of some back story there of what to kind of look for. And then Lauren, while I'm talking, do you mind grabbing the Live It, Love It, Track It sheet? It's training center, new ambassadors, day 2, number 5. Please, thank you. And not like I've looked it up a few times. I tried to look it up and my computer was whacking out before I decided to hop on here, so I couldn't even grab it. But I want to make sure you guys all have that, because that is so helpful to be able to get started on the right foot when you're able to see what to look for. Like, instead of us going, how are you feeling? And you're going, fine, I guess. Like, I don't really know what to look for. And so I feel like knowledge is power there. You can actually like look at the list of these are some internal benefits, these are some external benefits. And when you can kind of do your own checking, it even has dates of when to check in, like day 3, day 7, day 14, day 21, so on. And so it's nice that you can go like, oh, energy, cravings, mood, digestion, all these things. And then even skin, like circles under your eyes, coloration of your eyes, coloration of your skin, wrinkles, little crow's feet, anything like that, sunspots, those kinds of things. You kind of don't tend to realize how many things we just think are normal because we're like, well, we're just getting older. How many times do we get that excuse? I'm just older. That comes with the territory. It does not have to. It does not have to. And the other thing, skin health, skin is our largest organ. So the fact that if we get enough water intake and we use our gut health, like the triplex specifically, then you're weeding out all the stuff and your skin stuff clears up. Who in their right mind would have thought that, right? We get all these topical things, which I'm not discrediting that. I mean, we even have like the skincare for, which is super fun. And I am not a skincare girl. I'm the like, you're lucky if I wash my face. That's who I am. And so the fact that it's literally wash your face, 2 pumps of the same serum, that's it, and you're done. I love that because it's so simple and I don't have time to waste. And so it's just crazy. But that being said, with gut health, the fact that it addresses skin issues, if you get to the root, you'd be surprised at what you find. Now, Lauren dropped in the chat a link that is the Love It, Love It, Track It sheet. If you do not know how to access, because I know we've got some new people on here for Zoom, if you're on a computer at the bottom, it says chat and it should have a box of how many people are talking right now. And if you click on it, then she's got her little link right there. That says like static.plexusworldwide.com, so on. So make sure that you grab a hold of that. You'll want to print it out. If you have trouble viewing it, please either unmute yourself and let me know, or message me afterwards. I will make sure that you get it. Okay. Because I want to make sure everyone's starting off on the right foot. The other thing too, page 1 of that, it talks about like getting things situated. So it talks about before pictures. I will highly encourage you, and I'm almost adamant that you guys do this, even if it's just for your own thing, because when you see yourself in the mirror every day, you don't see all the little changes that happen. But when you talk to somebody like a family friend or whomever that you haven't talked to in a few days, they can notice things on you a lot faster because they don't see it all the time. And so that's the same idea with taking the pictures for yourself. As I always tell people, do front, side, and back pictures in clothes that you're comfortable in. And then at day 30 and day 60, take those same pictures, and then we'll put them side by side. And if you don't know how to do that, send them to me. I'd be more than happy to help you get them situated so you can really see for yourself side by side pictures, because it's actually quite surprising what you'll find. Now, as far as weight, when you're looking at weight or measurements, I will tell you the scale is your least favorite friend. It does not matter what stature you are, what goal you're going for. If you have seen a scale, usually scales are not a fun thing to look at. And quite frankly, they are not very helpful. Unless you have congestive heart failure and you need to look at water intake that way, because obviously medically they need to. But everybody else, just even if you want to just do a starting weight, then just hide the scale because it is a waste of your time. You can lose inflammation and you can gain muscle mass, and you could actually be smaller and stronger and weigh more. And all the scale is telling you is you're more. And so it's not really fun that you need to see that. So I will highly encourage you to do measurements. Do measurements of like your biceps, your upper arms, around your armpits, around your chest, around your waist, around your bottom, around your thighs, around your calves. Because when you do measurements again, you'll be surprised at inches that are lost. So you'll probably notice it through how you feel with your clothes. They might be less like snug in certain places. There might be less wrinkles on them. You might be able to not have to suck in to get the pants on, those kinds of things. And so, or do the pants dance, everyone's got those dances. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. That's kind of the running soccer joke, is like how many things, you got to get on the bed and lift up your legs and do like extra squat in a dance and turn around and you're fine. But yeah, so those are real, is like those kinds of things is what I would look for. And then as far as if weight really is a goal for you, I would honestly say it totally depends on what you're starting with, whether it's just like a basic triplex pack or if it's like a bigger pack that can really focus on more things quicker. Simply because if you're doing triplex, it will come off, but it's going to take months to get there because it's trying to balance. It's trying to get you new cells, those kinds of things, so that it can then, once it balances everything else, then it'll focus on weight. So that is a way to go. But like for me, I went for a bigger pack because I just wanted it off yesterday. And I was willing to go all in day one because I was ready to feel better. And so I did, and I was diligent with that exact same pack for 3 months, and I lost 20 pounds in those 3 months. And so, technically I gained it back because I got pregnant and all the things, but that's not fair either. But it was the healthiest pregnancy of my 3. I didn't have any issues with anything from my pregnancies. I used Plexus all the way through. My OB approved everything. And even postpartum was amazing. And he's been the easiest. And so what else? I'm trying to think of if there's anything else. Detox. Let's talk about that for a minute. So detox is necessary. It is necessary. And I will always, till the day I die, talk about detox, because if you are trying to put in good nutrients and you put in Probio 5 that has the antifungal to help you detox, even the pink drink, when it's trying to balance your body and there's still bad stuff in there, it's going to rear its ugly head and let you know, because it's upset. It's like a bad roommate. You're trying to kick it out so that you can get good stuff in there, and they don't just go willingly, right? They usually go like kicking and screaming. And so what I'll tell you is that detox, typically from a trend that I've just seen over time, is that it will kind of come back in places that you struggled with before. So like for me, if I had skin issues, which I did, my skin might have gotten worse before it got better. And so that's just something to know. And that's just a part of the process. That's why when you're detoxing, because you will, it's not necessarily a matter of if, it's more of when, and they don't all happen at the same time because we're all introduced to other things. But when you start detoxing or you start going like, well, I actually have more cravings. It's not that the pink drink is not working. It's actually working. And that is a sign of detox. So if you can let us know, then we can walk you through how to tailor your regimen. Typically you get two choices. Stop is not one of them. I promise you, if you stop when you detox, it's not a good idea. I would highly encourage you to you can either slow it down and take less of Probio 5 and BioCleanse, or you can just go guns blazing, get it over with and get it over with faster and increase things. And so it's your choice of however you feel like you are feeling and what you want to do with your body, because it's yours. And but I would never recommend stopping in the middle of a detox. That is not helpful, not for you at all. Now, water intake. Water intake is so important. So when you start, or even before your products get there, I highly encourage you to weigh yourself to know exactly what your weight is, or roughly within a few pounds. So for easy math, if you are 200 pounds, your water intake should be 100 ounces plus an extra 20. So half your body weight plus an extra 20. And you may think that that sounds astronomical, but when you think of your body and your GI system of what you're trying to do, is that one, we're made of 70% water, kind of need to have that to have everything flow. Two is that if you put in the Probio 5 and it's starting to kill off stuff and put it in the gut for like getting out, and then you take the BioCleanse and it's trying to rid all the little nitty gritty pieces in the GI system to then void. If you don't have water, you'll be more bloated. You won't be able to go to the bathroom because it's like wet cement in the toilet. You have to have enough water to get it to flush through. And it's important that way. So I'll tell you a couple tricks that I do. One is I set alarms, and Larissa that's on here, she did some awesome alarms. I'm super proud of her for doing that. So I told her every 2 hours, and put words of affirmation on them. Like, when do you get to compliment yourself and encourage yourself, instead of hearing alarm going, I gotta drink more, like, go, you're a boss, drink more water. You're almost there. You're killing it. You can do this. You are smart. You are awesome. You can do this. And just encourage yourself, because you're on this for a reason. And I want you to be successful with your goals. Okay. And so, thanks, Lauren. I see your message. So that is one way I do it. And then, also, if you like to have, like, for instance, I drive in the car a lot for PT for home health. Oh gosh, I got to show you this. He's so happy. I just lulled him to sleep. So glad you guys are still awake. But anyways, so, if you want to look on Amazon has some really awesome water bottles that are like half gallon and gallon sized water bottles. And they already have a mark of like 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and they have words of encouragement on them. I have one of those, and I normally would fill that. And then one of my sons decided to break it. So go figure. But I still have it. They still love it. They kind of took my straw too. But if that's something that you really like, you can totally do that too. I think they're like $20 is the gallon, like it's 128 ounces. So if you want to just have one bottle that you're going, as soon as I drink that bottle, I'm done. Front load your morning and do that. And then if your schedule is different, like say you're on night shift, as soon as you wake up before you get ready to go to work, start drinking then. And your drinks with your pink drink and your active and hydrate or greens or anything like that, anytime that you have water in anything that's Plexus related, that counts. It counts as your water. So, and then last couple of things, and then we've got a couple minutes for questions too, is that I normally, if you have like the Slim Hunger Control, this is a like 20, well, it's a 32 ounce, I think, but it says 26 on here. So I've got a little less than 26 ounces on here. So about 24 to 26-ish is my hunger control one. And when you get your products, this is how you shake it, like this, not like this. It won't mix, it'll clump. If you shake it like this, mixes every time. And if you have ice in it, try and do it with just like the water first and then add the ice. It makes it easier, or, you know, pour as you're pushing it in the fridge or whatever. And then lastly, the way that Plexus created, like this is another thing I love about Plexus, and I think this is probably going to be the last thing, is that the reason why Plexus and why I'm so proud that it is network marketing is because when you come in, Plexus literally created the opportunity for the fact that they never wanted people to have to worry about focusing on their health and feeling better. And that is really, truly their passion. And so as you come in now, you guys come typically in as VIP customers, which means you get 25% off of like wholesale costs for products. You also get access to the Perks Rewards program. So it's access for free products when you're consistent with your orders. And then you still have full control over when you can move your orders front, side, or back. That's not a problem. But when you order, you want to have that $100 worth of product value in there. It'll say PV next to it. That is what builds your rewards. So even if, say, you kind of get off your train and do something else and you come back on, then when you order that way so that you can maintain your Perks Rewards. And then you also get a referral link. I'll tell you, don't use the referral link. Here's why. When you do that, people go onto the website and they have absolutely no idea what they're looking for. They don't know what works with what based on their health goals. And it's a joy to be on this side, to be able to help other people find the regimen that fits their health goals so that they can be successful and actually put forth the effort on something that they wanted versus just go randomly willy-nilly buying things, right? And then they're not successful and then they're going, it didn't work, when really they just didn't know what they were ordering. Okay. And so, okay, that's fine. And so that being said, when you refer people, you actually get 3 choices now, which I love. And so it's totally up to you how you want to do that. Because I promise you, people will be noticing that you're feeling better. And when you're feeling better, you kind of tend to interact with more people. And so because of that, you get to choose. So when you refer people, you can either get access to more perks product or Perks Rewards for your products. You can get a one-time $20 cash back for that referral, or you can choose to get residual income with that order. That choice is always going to be up to you. No one's ever going to push you to do whatever it is that, you make that decision, and we're going to support you in whatever you make. What I will tell you, like logistically, residual income would be the smartest option, but that doesn't mean you got to like quit your job and go diamond. You can, but you do not have to. If you simply want the cost of your products covered, that is totally something that we can do too. So, but that is exactly why Plexus created that opportunity. And I will tell you from personal experience, when I started solely for the health. I told my PT friend, don't touch me with a 10-foot pole on the business, because I'm not here for that. And I didn't even know what that meant. So I was closed-minded. And I also was a PT, so I thought I knew everything, And, but when I realized that the products worked and that I saw like the yeast overgrowth post of exactly what this could help with and how many of my family and friends were on that list, I couldn't not share. And so I shared with them, and it was totally God's provision that way, because when 2020 hit and everything closed down, I lost my job as an essential worker, literally as the breadwinner of my family, making 6 figures, who also has over 6 figures in debt of student loans just from grad school. God totally provided with this opportunity. And it's also brought this amazing community of women and all of you guys here, which is such a blessing, to be able to get to know you and love on you and help you with your goals. It's been really cool. but it replaced half of my PT income, and that is not pennies, let me tell you. And so it's just truly been insightful. It has truly been such a blessing to not only our family, but to the people that are on this call. Like, it's just been really cool. And so, so if you find yourself that you are wanting a community of men and women that can just rise and support you and love you and pray over your life and your marriage and all the things, and your babies and over your jobs, those kinds of things, then you're in the right place. And so, I hope that that helps. If you guys, do you have any questions or anything like that? I know that I'm right at 8:02 and I want to be respectful of your time. So I would love to like help out with a couple questions here, if you guys have any. I'm going to stop the recording so I don't waste the time there.